Good morning, everybody. Saturday, January 20th, 2018. Okay, it's 2018. It's Saturday. Happy Saturday. It's Matt, and good morning. I'm actually on the air. Haven't been on the air for a little bit. Haven't been feeling myself lately. I get those problems every once in a while. But I'm doing all right now. I'm doing okay. So that's why you're seeing me on screen. Because I'm doing all right. We're being broadcast right now on YouTube and Twitch and Periscope. So if you're joining us with any of those, joining us through any of those, hi Megan, how you doing? If you're joining us through any of those, you're more than welcome to join the conversation. Also, if you want to use the hashtag 9amshell or the hashtag 3231, go ahead and do that. Glad you're okay. Thanks, Doc. I'm doing well. I'm doing all right. I've had a bad week, ups and downs. You know how it goes. But yeah, it's just you have those days where you're strong. You have those days when you're not strong. 8:30 a.m. Chill. No, that's what it is. You have strong days. You have weak days, and I was not doing too good the past few days. Been having some problems. I missed you too. Thank you, Megan. Yeah, the usual stuff, depression, anxiety, all that stuff. Feeling like, like low self-esteem. I wasn't feeling myself. I wasn't feeling like I didn't believe in myself that I could really accomplish anything this week. Staying in bed a lot. Messing up, anything, everything, nothing, no matter what I do, it's the wrong thing. It's just, yeah, it's messed up. So yeah, I've been having those problems, but good things have been happening as well as bad things. So, in addition to the wrestling thing that I have going on, well, I should say first of all, if you haven't watched my episodes recently or my past episodes, that I'm trying to start up a independent wrestling promotion, kind of a wrestling promotion. It's not really conventional. What do I do that's conventional? But coming up with a business like me, coming up with a business plan, trying to figure out what it is that we need from the community, possible investors, sponsors, etc. Trying to entertain people, just basically our mission statement sort of a thing. So I've been coming up with that. What else? A little bit of writing. Just trying to do some writing. It's been a while since I've written stuff, but I'm trying to outline some stuff, ideas that I've had. Get back into 10,000 Worlds possibly at some point would be nice. Well, what's going on, sir? How you doing, Bilbo? I've been wanting. Okie dokie. How are we doing now? That's weird. It's working now, right? Alright. I'm not sure what's going on. Who cares? It's working, right? Alright. Hi. How are you? So that's messed up. Alright. What's going on? Not the heck of a lot. Technical difficulties, as usual. I have no idea what happened. We just installed toilet. You know what? I just installed the toilet seat yesterday. So, toilet buddies. No, I've been having. Let me try to collect my thoughts. What was it that I was coming up with? That whole thing threw me off with the whole speaker thing. It threw my mojo off. I've been off my game for quite a bit this week. Period. Trying to get back into it. But any little thing that messes up, and any little thing, suddenly I'm frustrated. Spent a lot of time laying in bed, watching YouTube, and just feeling like crap. Toilet seats are the lowest item returned. Alright, good to know. Watching porn. No, sir. How many times do I have to tell you X and XX? No, I'm all messed up now. I was going to tell you what the kind of stuff that I was doing. I am right. Okay, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, or for those of you who have not talked to me in a long time, this is how I regularly am. This is the regular me. I'm usually I usually am like awkward. Normally, when I have a microphone or a camera on me, what's going on, leukemia? Jeez, what's going on? Remember eating the burgers in your car 2 years ago? Of course not. Oh yeah, no. What? Do you remember eating burgers in your car 2 years ago? Do you remember what you were doing 2 years ago? I have a lot of head stuff going on. Burger King, remember? No. No. 2 years ago on Periscope. I'll take your. So 2 years ago, what you're saying is 2 years ago, I ate a couple burgers. Oh. Yeah, burgers now. What kind of burgers you got? I was eating burgers at 12:30 in the morning. No, I can't. I think I was installing drywall on Periscope. All right, I'll take your word for it. Fur burger, jeez. A burger sounds good. It's been a while since I had burgers. So yeah, normally, as I've said before, when a microphone or a camera is on, I can usually switch on to a certain mode where I can talk to people easily. I'm trying to do it now. But remember that time you were eating burgers in the car? That was awesome, yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. You were on your lunch break. So that would be 12:30 p.m., not a.m. 12:30 a.m. would be half an hour after midnight. That's how that works, kids. There's a princess right there. There. Yeah, so I don't have my mojo anymore. I don't have the speaking good skills that I usually do. I worked at Domino's. And I was eating Burger King. Doesn't sound right. Because when I was working, I don't even think there's a... Where's Lou? There he is. Lou! Burger King. Yeah, I don't even know if there's a Burger King near the Domino's that I worked at. I don't recall. I think the lack of sun is affecting my mindset. You know what? You were eating in the parking lot. They're playing is a lot like fighting, so I don't know what they're doing. No idea. It was 2 years ago. Well, to make this brief, I don't remember. But it sounds like I was having a fun time. I remember you. So, getting back on track here. Not that I'm ever on track. I'm in Ocala, North Central Florida. Correct. We wouldn't be in here if we didn't eat something 2 years ago. Been 2 months? What? 2 months what? Since I've been on here? You liar. Vero Beach, Florida. Sweet. It's been like, it's been a couple days. Been a few days. No, I was just going to say, I think that the combination of me just laying in bed, I haven't eaten very much. You know, I'd maybe eat once a day, and I've just been like just literally staying in my room. I have not been doing very well, but I'm starting to get my head out of the funk. Yeah. Like the other day, and it hasn't helped also that, yeah, something like that. Gutter, right? It hasn't helped also that I had made plans. We have company over. Pam's parents. Yeah, they're running off there. Yep. Pam's parents were down here, and I had made plans to go grocery shopping and run errands, and I had this whole day of stuff that I was going to do, and in the middle of it, I went grocery shopping and had a panic attack, an anxiety attack in the car. Ended up just like sitting there in the Walmart parking lot, like bawling for a couple hours. It was pretty bad. Yeah, it was very bad. So I didn't get home I didn't get. Do you call them parents? No, just parents. Yeah, I was by myself. Yeah, I ended up calling up a friend, talking to him, my buddy John, uh, John Webb, who's what? That's a hell of an excuse not to see the in-laws. I don't know what to tell you about me. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it an excuse. It's a reason. It's the pressure of having somebody. I mean, obviously they care about him a lot, and she's working a full-time. She's working a full-time job. I'm not working. One of the things that really upset me was the fact that I was just having a bad day, and I posted something on Facebook, something along the lines of, "I wouldn't wish this feeling on anybody." Yeah, Lou. All right. Bilbo Haruko. Lou says hi. That's what he just yelled. Life is pain. Modest bowl of noodles. What a nice name. Welcome. Thank you for joining the conversation. Modest bowl of noodles on Twitch. He doesn't want the princess in the room. You picking on your sister? Yeah. I'm like, I wouldn't wish this feeling on anybody. And a couple of people were like, depression is powerful, a friend is important to have. Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree. One of the reasons that I'm on here, to talk about my problems and stuff on here. Gnarly beard. Hey, thank you. Announcing he's going to the loo. No, he's just like, sup? Shout out to all meow peeps. He didn't say that. I'm telling you, I got no mojo at all. All my funny's broken. I got nothing. But no, one of the reasons that I come on here, and I haven't come on here recently because I've been so stuck in my head, one of the reasons I come on here is because it helps me out quite a bit in just speaking out about what's going on in my life, talking to people about it, connecting with people about it. It helps me, helps other people too, but do you need help, my friend? Currently, I mean, I'm doing it. It's good medicine. It is good medicine. Absolutely. Stolen mojo like Austin Powers, baby. Yeah. Was kidding about the excuse. Wasn't making light of your situation. No, I got you. You're cool. You're fine. But somebody responded and said, here I am posting on Facebook. I don't really post on Facebook much, but it was just kind of like one of those moments where I'm having a really low moment, and I'm like, I just kind of wanted to put something out there. I didn't feel like getting on Periscope. I didn't feel like talking to people. A lot of trolls, and I wasn't feeling strong enough to deal with that. Plus the fact that I've been broadcasting a couple times, and people just haven't been coming on lately. So I'm like, forget, which is not the right attitude to have. I'm supposed to be on here. I'm supposed to be on here consistently, and be here for people. And the past week, I've just been kind of like, I don't want to do anything. So my fault, my bad. But so I did. It's kind of like, I don't do any. It's not how it is. It's how it feels. You know what I'm saying? It's not how the situation is. It's just what it feels like. It feels like I do nothing. I say nothing. Keep my mouth shut. Keep my head down. Do my thing. And then the one time that I speak up, somebody knocks me down because somebody came back and said, your girlfriend has cancer, and she's working a full-time job to run the household. She's doing it with a smile on her face, and you're doing nothing. And I'm kind of like, fuck. I'm not going to say who said that. I'm just saying somebody said that. And they're right. And the reason why they said it was because they're upset because here I am, woe is me, and meanwhile, So in a way, I understand and I respect their point of view. Um, I also do understand that because someone else is going through some bad things doesn't discount, doesn't negate, or I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but it doesn't mean that my bad situation, that my condition isn't significant. It's just, it's put it in perspective. That's what they were tending to do, is just put it in perspective that, you know, look at your girlfriend and look what she's doing. She's being a badass. And I'm like, no, you're absolutely right. You're right. But still, that eventually kind of reverberated, bounced around in my head a little bit, and like my brain tends to do, I twisted it around and ended up really hurting me bad. Like I'm really starting to feel bad. I'm like, um, I'm sure you've heard it before. I call it my piece of shit syndrome. I know what to say. I know but I don't know how to explain it to people. It's like when I say my piece of shit syndrome issue. Um, the reason why I get hesitant to speak is because I'm trying to find the right words to say it. But that's pretty much what it is. So, yeah, I just started feeling really bad, and I don't have thoughts of suicide. That's one of the things that I felt fortunate that with the depression and stuff, depending on how heavy the depression is, sometimes there does come to be thoughts of suicide, and I don't like logic tends to win in that situation, which is what do they say? It's a permanent problem to a permanent solution to a temporary problem, I think is what they call it. So I don't necessarily have suicidal thoughts, but I do tend to think sometimes, I'm like, what a burden I'm putting on other people. Like Pam would be better off without me, and my friends and stuff would be better off without me, and maybe I should like just run away. Is basically what my my equivalent is. Like I don't want. I'm afraid of dying. I'm afraid of. I mean, I value this world and everything in it, and part of my problem is that I have a problem with how awesome everything is, and how shitty it feels that I'm never going to be able to do everything that I want to do. Brain, please stop. Yeah, exactly. So I yeah, I got getting in my head and thinking about it for a long time. I'm like, if I just got it, people would be so much better off if I just like checked in somewhere. But so, but yeah, I'm doing a lot better now. I ended up calling up a friend of mine because I didn't want to call it Pam. She was at work. I didn't want to bug Pam while she's at work, and she's the one I usually confide in if I'm having an issue or something like that, like an emergency. I need to talk to somebody. But I ended up calling my friend John and talking to him, and he kind of put things in perspective for me. That's basically what it was. I just lost perspective. I got lost in my head and starting to think about how how everything's bullshit. I came to a realization there was at one point where I was thinking, like, everything around me is bullshit. Like, I'm wearing glasses that somebody made, clothes that somebody made, sitting in a car that somebody made, looking at a phone that somebody made, in a parking lot that somebody made, light poles and like everything, like 99% of everything I was looking at is shit that just somebody that isn't a real thing, kind of thing, like the Walmart parking lot and all these cars and all these people and everything. It's like when you think about what untouched by man, what the landscape would actually look like. I'm like, even there's like a couple patches of grass and a couple of trees, but other than that, it's like it's all bullshit that people. I don't know. It's a weird way of looking at it. Yeah, but that's what I'm just saying. I'm just like, they're the way that things were and the way that people, like, we interfered and leveled everything and built all this stuff and just, like, we made it up. We created it. Man-made stuff as opposed to the natural order of things. And it's kind of like, I'm like, how much of me is me? Well, these are things that, usually stone people think of. The fact that I don't take medication. Maybe I need to. I take medication. What I'm saying is I don't take drugs, recreational drugs, but it sounds like I do, or should, or something. But I got to, oh, hello, Tate. Good morning, Tate. So I was just getting lost in my brain, sitting in the car, crying like crazy. And then I called my friend John, talked to him for a little bit. He said things right for me. He's like, first of all, you're not a piece of shit. He goes, Pam is a badass. She's awesome. Do you honestly think that she would be wasting her time with a piece of shit? Like, do you think that if you were a piece of shit, she would be wasting any time with you at all? She wouldn't just kick you to the curb and move off and find somebody worthy of her time and etc. And I'm like, that makes sense. She goes, he's like, second of all, you're super creative. You can turn on your phone or you can turn on your webcam at home and you can get on and talk to people and people want to talk to you. People want to have a conversation with you. That's not being a piece of shit. And he's like, also, he's like, look at everything. He goes, look at everything you've accomplished. Don't act like you've failed. You need to remember that you succeeded. It's like you wanted to be a graphic artist. You applied for the job. You got a job being a graphic artist. You made cool shit. You wanted to be a podcaster. You wanted to be on Periscope. So you hooked up your phone. You turned it on. You did it. People, you get, it's like 300. The piece of shit wouldn't have 3,000 followers. And he's like, also, you wanted to be in a rock band. You did. You wanted to be up on stage in front of hundreds of people. You did. You wanted to open for a nationally or internationally recognized band, and that's what I did. He says, you did it for years. You wanted to write an album. You did. He's like, you have accomplished things. So he goes, you're not a piece of shit. I go, I know. And I mean, thank you. You're right. And I should remember those things. And I opened for Texas Hippie Coalition. My band, the Kings of Awesome, opened for them in Orlando back in 14, I think it was. 2014. ...2013 or 14, I can't remember when. Hi, Jenna! So, that was basically it. I'm like, it put things in perspective for me. Good morning. And you live in Florida. I mean, that's where I live. I don't... Not necessarily an accomplishment. Well, I mean, I guess I accomplished it. I moved. I did it. Not an accolade or anything. You're living where you live. You moved to a location and you live there. Congrats. You think so? You think that's significant? Oh, I guess I do sometimes take that for granted as well. But I was looking on Facebook and I saw an old profile picture of mine that said, hello, my name is Awesome, and it had a couple pictures of me on stage, a couple photographs that have been taken of me, and me with Big Daddy Rich from THC, and if I ever live in Florida, yeah, there you go. So I'm like, I did cool shit. I've been up on stage. I've done cool shit. Plus the fact that just recently, in the past couple months, I've been the announcer for 2 wrestling shows. I'm involved in independent wrestling, so it's like, all right, I gotta keep those things in mind. I'm doing shit. I am doing shit. But I still struggle. So thank you, man. Hey, Ted. What wrestling shows? In December, I independent wrestling, and here in Florida, up in Reddick. I did a show for Ocala Championship Wrestling, and then I set up a show here for New Origins Wrestling in January, the January 6th. We had just did a show. And I'm focusing on the wrong things because, so I try to spin stuff the right way. It's difficult to do so. I'm struggling with that. Struggling to maintain. So I can do that. I can spin something positively, like the fact that they kicked me out of New Origins Wrestling like the day after. And it wasn't because of me, not because of anything I did. It's because there's something wrong with them. They felt threatened or something because I wanted to do things my way, and whatever excuses they came up with, I wasn't somebody that was following them and their plan. So they booted me out, but they also booted out John and Bridger and Alex, my friends. That's how we got involved together with them, because they're guilty by association, because they're my friends. So, but in the end, it wasn't me. It was their things. Yeah, John and Bridger are wrestlers. Alex is a wrestler. I do everything else, announcing and social media stuff and promotional material and graphic, all the art work and stuff. But I could. I'd love to be a performer. I would love to cut some promos. I'd love to be a performer. I'd love to get up on in the ring and do some of that stuff. But I'm not yet. Not until I'm comfortable with getting the product, the production looking decent. But somewhere down the line, absolutely. I love being an entertainer, and I want to be an entertainer, and in a lot of different ways. But yeah, John said to me, he's like, "What did they do, and what did you do? What did they bring? They had a ring, not even an entire ring. And these guys that we joined up with had experienced wrestling in other people's rings, and I don't know, not to put down what anybody else did, but just the fact that they wanted a venue, and I got it. I'm like, now I'm getting self-conscious here talking about me. Like, I don't want to put anybody down. I don't want to make a big deal out of it. I want to be like, he said all these awesome things about me. But the fact is that he put things in perspective and said, you want to get things done, you can get things done. You have enough creativity and stuff. It's like you can accomplish it. He was I got your back. He's like, ride or die. We want to do this, and we want to do this together as brothers and as friends. And I don't know, it was really cool. He was very supportive. So that meant a lot to me, him talking like that. And I do. I want to entertain people in the community and have the community get involved with certain things, whether that be an internet community like you guys, people all over the world, whoever wants to watch me, whoever wants to join in on the fun. I want to do fun things, and I have some neat ideas. I think I may not have a lot of experience in certain areas, but the experience that I do have and the creativity I do have, I think is significant. I think is valuable. Why'd you get released because you called matches for multiple promotions? No, the reason why they let me go was because we made a promise to the pastor and the business administrator, husband and wife of a church, that were nice enough to open their doors for us, so let us use their gymnasium. Really a large building, it's a full-size gym with lights and like a kitchen with like concessions and stuff, and they had the folding chairs. We brought a ring, and I brought my PA, and we put on a good show. But like the pastor and his wife, the business administrator, Pastor Nelson and Cindy, handed me a key and said, here's the key to the gym. You can use it whenever you want. That's a major thing. And it's not that they trusted the company, or they didn't trust the owners. They didn't trust, they weren't like fans of wrestling, but they talked to me and they liked me. They trusted me. And that made me feel really good. So in exchange for them believing in me, I wanted to do right by them. And so one of the stipulations to us using the gym was we needed some sort of liability. They wanted the liability issue to be taken care of. We have some sort of bond or insurance or some sort of policy or something like that that basically says that they're not being held responsible. They wanted to do things by the book, and if we're going to put on an event, sell tickets, get people in there, they wanted their butts covered, pretty much. And I said, well, and we said we'd get something done, we'd get something to them. A month goes by before our first event, and it's coming down to the wire, and the promoters, the two individuals that I was dealing with on one, I was basically in the middle between the church and these guys, the promoters. The promoters hadn't come up with anything, and they had their whatever excuses. I work 3 jobs, and they had their reasons why that they said that they hadn't come up with anything yet. But it came right down to the wire, and they're like, we don't have anything, but we'll get something. The paperwork should be through. We should be good to go next week. And so it came down to the wire, and I felt really bad about the church, the folks from the church. So I'm like, why don't we just postpone it until next week? Because you say we'll be all set next week. We have everything all set up. We know what we're going to do. We can just reschedule it. It's kind of a pain in the ass because it's a production. Other people are involved, and they invited people to the show. But I would rather upset a handful of people coming to the show that we could always entertain later on and make up for it later on than to upset or to do things wrong by the people who trusted me with, I want it done right. They want it done legit. They wanted it done the right way. We made an agreement. I wanted to live up to the agreement, and if we couldn't, then there's no deal. That's the right thing. That seems the right thing to do. So they had a change of heart, but the damage was done. I talked to the promoters, and I'm like, I think we should shut this down because postpone it until next week because I want to do right by them. So all you really needed was a liability insurance. Yeah, and it's very tough to do that in independent wrestling because a lot of wrestling promotions, insurance companies won't want to deal with them because of all the bad stuff. There's been a lot of bad situations that happen, a lot of fraudulent activity in independent wrestling. Promoters who aren't promoters that call themselves promoters, and they're kind of I don't know, shady. So it's given the industry a bad name. Could you sign a waiver to waive any liability? That's what we ended up doing. They ended up like they were really nice, and they said we want this done the right way, but we'll accept this now. And I felt really bad because I'm like, um, because of what I explained. So, anyways, they didn't. The promoters didn't like that. They didn't like that I chose to take charge in that situation and mediate. They stated that I overstepped my bounds. So they let me go. They said, my services were no longer required. Whatever. I asked them why. I asked them what happened. I asked them what line I crossed. I asked them a great number of things, and they removed me from the chat and like totally like cut contact with me completely. No response to them by any means whatsoever. So it's like, come on, man. So, in my opinion, it was unprofessional. My opinion. But I was very suspicious in the way that they were talking. So I had an issue with them anyways, and I thought if I'm gonna do right by anybody, these two people who run a church, who handed me a key, were very nice to me. I chose to I choose to protect them, and like I said, I want to do things right. I want to do things legit. It was January 6th that the event happened. So, in actuality, it was a blessing, because now that they let me go, it can be childish like around hobbies. And that's the other thing about wrestling too, is that you don't want to use the word hobbies to people who are in professional wrestling or independent wrestling. You don't want to call it a hobby, even though some people just take offense by that. Some people are like, "This is you were the whole reason they had a building to have a show." Yeah, well, not scumbags. They weren't scumbags. But no, one of the issues that we've had is I've been accused of favoritism, because I want to. I want. I don't. People seem to have a problem with me, and I have a problem with the Ocala wrestling thing. Yeah. Some people have a problem with me and my mentality and the way that I am. And some people and people in wrestling, some can be very passionate and have their own and be very opinionated. And your opinion may insult their opinion. Your point of view may insult their point of view. That happens really everywhere. That happens in workplaces too. Yeah, that happens everywhere. Some people feel threatened. Some people feel things should go a certain way, and if they don't go that way, you're wrong. It's dumb. You're dumb. So that's in any business. But for me, I think people have a problem with me. It may be normal, but you were so passionate about it. I still am very passionate about it. But no, they're not using the church. They decided they didn't want to do anything have anything to do with the church, which is ridiculous. But whatever. I'm still dealing with the church. I'm like, you know what? I turned it around and just said, okay, then I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to start a wrestling promotion. Do I know how to do it? No, but I think I can do a pretty good job. So I know I have the support of the church and the people that run the church. I know I have the support of folks in the community. I know that I'm a decent person and I want to do things the right way, and so that's reason enough to give it a shot. So I am forming a promotion called Alliance of Violence. You could just look up AOV Wrestling online. I've already hooked up on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. So we're gonna get it going, and we're gonna come out with T-shirts, and we're gonna come up with we're gonna try to get some They're lost. You're amazing. Oh, Jenna, love you. Thank you. Yeah, it's just it's I'm gonna. I need to talk around. I need to find the right people that will believe in the that I can do it. I need to convince folks that can throw some money my way, because we don't have a ring, but we need a lot of money. But getting the church involved, getting sponsors involved, a couple investors. Hopefully, we can. Are your buddies who got fired joining your promotion? Yeah, yeah. Because I talked it over. John and Bridger are really cool guys. They're spiritual guys like me. They're just good people. They're a good bunch of guys. I consider them my brothers, and they have a really good attitude as far as let's have some fun and let's do this. Oh, that's the thing I was talking about before. That John used the word hobby. This is a hobby. He's like, I have a wife and a kid, a newborn. He's like, my kid is less than a year old, and my wife's pregnant again with our second child. So he's like, I have a job and she has a job and we have kids and we have a family, and this is something that I'm going to do for a while and then maybe put off for a couple months so I can raise a child and then come back and do. He's like, so it's a hobby. Doesn't mean you can't be passionate about it. You can, but some people were just like, "Not a fucking hobby, man. It's a way of life. If you think this is a hobby, then you're a piece of shit. Or you should just quit the business because you got to be serious about this. This is a lifestyle. This is, like some people take really, really big offense to, because they're passionate in their own way about wrestling, about the industry. So, kids are his hobbies. That's right. So there was some infighting about that. Well, they weren't getting paid. Right, exactly. You can enjoy something. You can work really hard at something. You can be dedicated to something, but it not be, end all be all of your life. You're either 100% in or you're out. Like it's not black and white like that. So, are there other promotions in Florida you can join? Well, I'm making a promotion here in Ocala. It's kind of a promotion. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a foundation for the community, where we can put on shows, and then I can work with people in Gainesville and Tampa and Orlando and Daytona. I can work with surrounding promotions. Basically, my idea is this: we get a bunch of guys who wrestle. We invite guys to come in and put a show on. Eventually, we will go out to different promotions and pick fights. Would basically bring the talent to Central Florida, work, collaborate with other promotions in order to promote them. And it's like a storyline type thing. Competition is a great storyline. It sucks with business. You don't want competition in business. You want collaboration in this. But for storyline wise, competition's fantastic. Those guys, we're gonna fight those guys, and it's like they're coming up with a promotion invasion angles. Yeah, exactly. How about a new up and coming promotion invasion angles? Yep. A lottery winner had invested into wrestling in Orlando. Oh man, that'd be fantastic. So I don't know where the money's going to come from. I don't know if it's going to come. I don't know if it's going to happen. But I know that what I want to do, and I'm trying to, create a strategy that I can pitch to people to see if they want to contribute. So we'll see what happens. I believe that it can happen, and that it'll be awesome. But I'm broke, so nothing's gonna happen until we get the money. So being a lottery winner would be nice. Yeah, it sounds like fun. I mean, that's daydreaming type stuff that I do in bed. I'm like, wouldn't it be cool to have $8,000? All my problems would be solved with $8,000. That'd be sweet. What if you won the lottery? $1 million. It's fun to think about, but not realistic. So I can't be too. I can't get too excited. I mean, I'm passionate about it, but I can't get my hopes up that it's going to happen. Because it takes the I believe in it. I believe it can work, but you think you can get the Young Bucks and Cody Bullet Club and make a lot of money both ways? Yeah, absolutely. There's no reason why we couldn't work with other promotions. I mean, when you're getting into other things like when you're talking independent wrestling, and then you're talking the bigger promotions. Sometimes there's contracts. Sometimes there's a lot of paperwork and stuff that's involved in order to get them to jump on board. I don't know. I'm not experienced in any of that, so I don't know what it would take in order to get somebody like Cody or the Young Bucks on board. But that'd be fucking amazing. That'd be fantastic. There's a lot of talented guys that you don't know. There's a lot of talented guys that are just that haven't started yet. There's so much gray in between. It's not nothing and then WWE. It's not nothing and then New Japan and Ring of Honor. It's like there's so many people out there doing something that it's got to be somebody I can connect with that we can do some cool stuff. Tell a girlfriend I said I love her in squishes. She's pulling a double, so she's not here, but I will pass it along. But yeah, the idea of creating this fun thing for the community, and I've probably said it before in here, I know I've told people before, I don't want fame and fortune. I never wanted that. I want financial security and recognition. I want to find the thing that I'm good at, the reason why I'm here on this planet or whatever. To find my calling, to be able to do a good job doing what I do, entertaining people, and be able to support, to be able to pull my weight in the household, to pay some bills, have a couple extra bucks in my pocket if I want to, so I don't have to be like, oh, I guess I can't see a movie today, or if I want to go see a movie, I can see a movie. If I want to take Pam out to lunch or dinner or something like that, we can do that. If I want to go traveling, if I want to, take a weekend to go somewhere, do something, I can do something. That'd be nice. But I'm not looking for the wicked famous, make millions of dollars. And I'm not going to pass it up if I make $1 million. I'm not going to be like, no, I don't want your money. But that's not my goal. My goal is to create something, to do something really cool that people will enjoy, and then make enough money that I can put back into it. Non-profit is probably what I'm going to end up doing. I'm not looking for a big money-making scheme or anything. Something that will make enough money that I can put it back into production, and then have a little money of my own. Little pocket money would be nice. That's all I want. I don't want to make money. I want to make content. I want to make, I want to make moments. But it's absolutely true. That's what I've always wanted. Is just if I have a dream, if I have something that I want to do, I want to be able to do it, and do that for the rest of my life. Get to that point where I can say, "There, I did it," or "I'm doing it." So, in Philly, we have House of Hardcore, Tommy Dreamer. You have NXT. There's got to be talent that draws Florida. Florida is a huge wrestling state. Tons of promotions. Jay Lethal has a promotion in Tampa. Here in Ocala, Santana Garrett, who's known on WWE and NXT, and she's performed all over the world. I mean, she's a fantastic performer. And she's awesome, and I love to meet her in person. But she was born in Ocala. My friend John went to school, the same school that she went to, and so I mean he has contact with her a little bit, but not much. But yeah, there's tons of stuff. But the Dudleys have a camp down here, a training camp down here. Like I said, Jay Lethal's got a promotion in Tampa. All the wrestlers retire down here, move down here because the weather's nice. Time for some moments of GTA this weekend. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. We could do that tomorrow, Marco. I got a couple things going on today. I got to run some errands, but yeah, Florida's fantastic for wrestling. A lot of promotions. A lot of people to talk to that have been in the business in one way or another, or trying to get into business. Yeah, and Ocala's a great place to do it. Ocala's a great place to set it up. Because just like I was with live music, being in a band and doing that, Ocala's a great spot because if you need to go to Gainesville, Tampa, Orlando, Daytona, if you need to go any of those places and put on those shows, you can do that. Ocala's about an hour and a half from all those places. Got to run to Georgia and see girlfriend's girlfriend. Yeah, that's right. You got to go to Georgia and see your girlfriend's girlfriend. Were you getting paid to old wrestling promotion? No, I wasn't getting paid at all. I wanted, I didn't, I wasn't concerned with getting paid. I wanted to make the best production possible. That was my concern. So I'm like, it's 20 minutes to get to the church. And I was having so much fun, or the potentially I could have had so much fun. I was definitely getting into it. Yeah, it's not. It didn't feel like work in the slightest. What feels like work is. What did Pam say about what? About me not getting paid? She just wants me to be happy. She wants me to not be depressed. If there's a creative thing that I want to follow, she's very supportive about it. As far as what happened with the other guys getting kicked out, she's like, "You're better off without them." You know, like, yeah, that's me explaining it to her. Yeah, it's kind of shitty. Sorry that had to happen, but you know. So, no, she's wicked supportive about it. And I don't have a business sense. You know, I don't have the experience of business management. I'm not a management type. I'm an artist. I'm a creator. I'm a producer. That sort of thing. Like, I did exactly what logically seemed like the thing to do, which was, post on Facebook and post around the community and be like, listen, I'm trying to start this thing. All we want is like a 25 by 25 foot, corner in somebody's warehouse or whatever that we could set a ring up so that we could train and we could, start this thing. And that was off of Facebook that I met Cindy and Pastor Nelson, and that they gave me like an abundance. They gave me so much that like they gave me so much that I can use. Like they said, here's a key to the gym. Use it whenever you'd like. Put on shows if you'd like. We'd love to help. They have like a couple of buildings of like office space and stuff that they're like, if you want, I wanted to make T-shirts. I want to do silkscreen some T-shirts, and like, well, you can set up in one of the rooms here. Like, it's like, don't worry about paying rent. Don't worry about electricity. We'll put you under our insurance, so the insurance part's taken care of. You can go through the church. You do a nonprofit, and they're like, well, we'll help you every way we can. They're just like, whatever you need here. So, SmackDown throws to them. Not to change topics real quick. Do you listen to something to wrestle with Bruce Pritchard? No, I don't. I don't listen to. The only wrestling podcast I listen to is Solo Monster Sounds Off, and I haven't really listened to that lately either. Just because I haven't been doing a lot. But I stopped watching SmackDown and Raw. Like I'd fast forward to the episodes, whatever. But I love wrestling, but I'm much more interested in producing it, in creating content. That's the kind of thing that I get into when I start like getting involved with music and stuff. I'm not satisfied watching other people's stuff. I'd rather make my own. Kind of like with me on Periscope. Some people have gotten pissed off or not pissed off, but disappointed in me because I'm on Periscope or I'm on Twitch or I'm on YouTube, and I don't watch other people. I'm doing, and I'm not spectating, and it's not that I don't support other people. I love the fact that everybody, I mean, I want everybody to do creative things. I'm busy focusing on doing my own thing, and it's tough for me to focus. Difficult for me to focus. You know, some like, the people are like, if I actually am in on a conversation, if I join somebody else's Periscope and I'm watching as a spectator, it's a weird thing because I just don't do it. And me personally makes me feel bad because I don't want people to take that as I don't care. I do care a lot. I just, I'm that's all. I'm just focused on me. Focused on, it sounds so bad. Just focused on me. I'm just trying really hard to do my thing to accomplish something. So. Even talking about it makes my heart hurt. And like right now, like not on the verge of tears or anything, but I get emotional. I get passionate about it. I'm so concerned. I get so scared. I get so caught up in what do people think of me, and am I doing the right thing, or am I not doing enough, or should I be doing things different? Paranoid and worry and anxiety and all that stuff. So, you're set. You have a place. You just need talent. Sell tickets. Money goes to talent. Find more creative minds. Yep. There's a quote that's been bouncing around in my head the past couple weeks that I read, where basically said that things that have been deemed impossible have been made possible by someone with a great mind. No, excuse me. Things that have been deemed impossible have been made possible by those with a great vision and the right resources. That's my goal. I want to have that. I have the vision. I need to gather resources in order to make it happen. I know it can happen. So that's basically what I'm trying to focus on. And a lot of my energy goes not just towards creating something and moving in one direction and focusing on that. It's trying not to focus on all the other garbage I got going on in my head. I'm trying to fight all that, and it's very tiring to just get to zero, to just get up to work through all that garbage just to get up to a certain speed where I'm at least moving forward instead of moving backward. So, yeah, the building, that's a huge part. Don't stop. So, it's probably the best way to put it is I have so much of my head that's holding me back. It's moving me in reverse. That takes more energy just to counterbalance the reverse to put it to get forward momentum. So, hi boy. Here's Louis. Lou. It's my boy. My buddy. So that's what we got going on anyway. Thank you for letting me talk about that. Get some of that off my chest. It feels good to talk about it, but like I said, it also just, it really, I got cat butt. That's what I got. It hurts. My heart hurts. Like not literally having a heart attack or anything, just like I get so choked up. How much does a ring cost? Here's the thing. Let me pull this up. So doing some research, and here's the kind of stuff that I need. What you doing, bud? Hubby brought home breakfast. What do we have for breakfast? Love you. Hi, Gump. How do you protect a man from himself? Biscuits and gravy from Martin. Ah, you suck. Squish your kids. Tell them I love them. I gotta go make something to eat pretty soon, but with Falfich. See, the intention of the Alliance of Violence to bring independent wrestling to the Ocala, Central Florida region in cooperation with Starting Point Church in Summerfield, Florida. More than simply involve the community, we wish to inspire to support local entertainment, local businesses, and most importantly, I'm said that wrong, and most importantly. And most importantly, the fight against such community threats as anti-bullying, cyberbullying, domestic abuse. Current available resources needed. Here we go, needing. For live events. 16-inch. No. 16-foot. A 16-inch wrestling ring would be fantastic. We can get that no problem. We need 16-foot. 16-foot wrestling ring including apron, canvas, ropes, turnbuckles, flooring, padding, and frame. Roughly about $5,000. Custom design apron skirts displaying our name and sponsors. I put the price at, from what I researched, at $240. That's not knowing anything, not knowing anybody. You know, I'm sure that price could come way down if we make a deal with somebody. Live sound PA system, two 15-inch main PA speakers with stands, an 18-inch subwoofer, and 12-channel sub-snake stage box, roughly $1,200. 20 plastic crowd barriers. I want to go plastic instead of metal because they're easier to transport and store. Roughly about $1,400. This is just ballpark guess prices. It's Alliance of Violence, AOV Wrestling. You go to facebook.com/AOV Wrestling. Black masking drapes and cable for the entrance area. I don't know what the price is on that, but it's expensive. And then for merchandise, I want to get wholesale supply of black and regular unisex t-shirts in various sizes from small to 4X. 3-color 2-station table types, single wheel with dryer, screen printing press, screen printing DIY equipment. About $500. Screen printing exposure unit, $380. Commercial bargains, 6-pack aluminum silkscreen printing press screens in white, $95. Screen printing ink, $72. Textile pure photopolymer screen printing emulsion, $27. Emulsion remover, $24. So yeah, everything costs money. It's not a cheap endeavor, but that's kind of the problem. It's not cheap, but if we had the funds, I know I can make it happen. I know I can make it work. I know it. Right? If you build it, they will come. Yeah, that's what I know. That's what I'm thinking. So, it might come down to a Patreon thing. It might come down to a Indiegogo thing. It might come, might do some crowdfunding, investors, sponsors, folks in the community that want to contribute certain things. We want banners and stuff made and supplies. Maybe there's somebody that wants to offer, that can offer the supplies, that could make our banners for us. That could, not put cash in my hand, but contribute. That's the whole idea. But like I said, I put on 2 shows already. I've helped to put 2 shows on already. I won't take the credit for the entire show, but after doing 2, it's like the same thing with being in a band. I watch what the sound guy's doing. I watch what the lighting guy's doing. I watch the way that they set up the speakers, that they set up the mics. Backlining the whole the whole stage area, and how a drum tech puts up stuff, how the guitar tech puts up stuff. The way you observe the way that a promoter sets up certain things. You see the parts of the machine moving. You can see how things work. You learn. Which wrestlers, what the shows you had? Oh, they were local guys. They were just local guys. Johnny Magnum, who's here locally in Ocala. Chris Ryan, who's locally in Ocala. Marcus Caliber, local in Ocala. Alex did a match. Bridger did a match. John did a match. Scott Jr., who's a manager, plays a great heel manager. It's just local dudes. You've heard of Chris Ryan? Yeah, Charlie Starr, John Dam, Alex Destroya, Joseph Matthews. Yeah, just local dudes. All right, I think I bored you guys enough. What's going on? What's up, buddy? I've been blabbing enough on here. I'm going to get going. I need to continue. You need to remind me. You need to remind me. I need to continue to get on here. So I can Joey Ryan. Yeah, not Joey Ryan. That'd be great, but no. That would be fantastic. Would love to meet those guys. And like I said, being in local music enough, it's easy. It's not impossible. It's very, very possible to put on shows. Me going up on stage, and Kid Rock going up on stage, Def Leppard going up on stage, Led Zeppelin going up on stage. It's no different. People who eat and sleep and shit and watch TV and make music get up on stage and they perform. It's the same thing for everybody. It's like I respect people, but I don't get starstruck necessarily. Professionally, I don't do that. I have respect for people, and like I said, I'd be excited to see somebody. I'd like to meet somebody. There's that fan aspect that I usually have, but when it comes to performing and doing the thing, it's like I can separate that. And where some people are like, don't bother getting into a band, or don't bother starting a wrestling promotion, or don't bother trying to be an actor or a singer or songwriter or anything like that. So it's impossible to do. It's not impossible. It's totally possible to do it. There are guys in the business that are where they are right now just because they stuck with it. There are guys that have been in independents that end up getting called up to NXT. They end up getting called up to WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan, travel the world. I mean, it's all the same people. Everybody starts out as a nobody, and you work your ass off. And it's like I'm willing to do that. And as far as getting people in on the promotion, you know, it's just a matter of meeting their price. Some wrestlers will work for gas money. Some people will work, for a couple $100. Some people a couple $1,000, whatever. But booking people, and usually you think you're better off with people that just want gas money or a couple $100, but you're dealing with amateurs compared to more professionals that it costs more because you're getting more, because you're getting a money's worth, sort of thing. So I love that anybody that's willing to work. Oh, some promotion names. I thought you meant people, folks that are a big deal from promotions. No, I've done my research and I've checked around the Florida area. And I have a handful of wrestling promotions that I'm going to look into. Brawl USA, Ignite, Elite, Fest, Go Wrestling, AWE, Atomic Wrestling Entertainment. A lot of different promotions nearby. That I have a list of promotions that I'm going to end up talking to them at some point, contacting them and talking about it. So, yeah. And again, this is one out of 20 things that I want to do in life. The whole wrestling thing is so much involved with just doing that, but I don't want to just do that. I want to make music. And I want to have like do podcasts and movie production, and there's like tons of stuff that I want to do that I know that I can do. So try to get talent from the scum who fired you. Not scum. What scum? He conducted business a certain way. He did business the way he did business. I choose to do my business differently. That's all there is to it. Everybody makes mistakes, and nobody's perfect. In this particular case, I think I can do better. But can I do better? I don't know. I appreciate the support. I appreciate sticking up for me, but no, I wouldn't call him scum. See you around. I'm going for a walk. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get going here. But I consider myself to be a nice guy. I try to aspire to be a nice guy. I try to do right by people. I don't want to be negative about people. How's your announcing calling matches? I'm amazing. That's what I want to do. I want to announcing calling matches as commentary, and doing the following contest is scheduled for one fall. First making their way to the ring from such and such blah blah blah, weighing at something in the pounds. It's blah blah blah. I love doing that. In fact, that's how I'm going to announce all the matches. Blah, blah, blah. I can do it just like they do it on television, and all it takes is a little bit of practice, and I can get as tight as good as the commentary and stuff like they do on TV. Talking is not a problem for me. Talking has never been a problem. It's doing that's the problem. No, I would do the PA, open PA, like hit the music and do the announcing when they're coming in, and then we have a couple guys that are going to do the camera work so we can get footage, and then we do post-production. Them edit everything down, and then I'll do commentary on top of that, and we can put it up on the internet. Live stream some stuff if we want to, but mostly post-production stuff. So yeah, we want to do the whole thing. And I've been practicing doing stuff like calling matches, like on 2K17. I got WWE 2K17 on Steam, and I just simulate matches on there, and I just call those matches. So I've had some practice doing commentary on those. And a couple times they've been practiced in the ring. The guys have been practicing in the ring, and I've called stuff while they're doing it. But it just takes a little bit of practice. But I think I can do it. I'm pretty confident in that. Oh, excuse me, my eyes are hurting. All right, well, I'm gonna get going. Thanks very much, guys, for talking with me, putting up with my BS here. Like I said, I'm kind of out of it, but it's frustration and fear and anxiety and worry and depression and the weight of the world sometimes. And it's all dealing with stuff that's like doing goofy stuff for a couple bucks, you know, in the grand scheme of things. I don't know why it's so consuming. It affects me so much, so deeply, but it does. So you don't want to just do house shows. You want to put complete shows together. Absolutely, absolutely. I want to do everything that they do on TV, man. You know, you see the way you look at Raw, and you pick it apart, and you see how they did it. You know, different commercial spots or different, you know, whatever. Any content that you see right now that's wrestling, Ring of Honor and all that stuff, I want to do that, and I can do that. I know that I can do that. Will it look cheesy? Sure, but that's like just because I'm inexperienced. But I have a vision. I know I'm actually looking at every aspect, like where you seat people, where you put the cameras, how the stage looks, what the entranceway looks like, what kind of music you're playing, does the music sound good, you know, where are the people entering and exiting, you got concessions, the bathrooms, where's the, how do you start the match, what does the ring look like, what does the walkway look like, you know, from the stage to the ramp or whatever, to the ring. I mean, I pick apart all of that, and I can be like, okay, I would do that. I know how to do that. I know how to do that. I can do that. I mean, learn how to do that. It's just look and learn, and then execute. And like that's all it takes. I know I can do it. The only thing stopping me is the money part of it, but it absolutely can't happen. Alright, let me sign off. Stop doing this. Sorry. Thank you guys very much for watching me. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for letting me ramble on here. I'll try to be on more often. Maybe not tomorrow necessarily, but during the week I will try Monday through Friday to be on here more often. It all depends on what's going on in my head, how that's working. So, if you are watching this for the first time, thank you very much. Thank you, new followers. If you've been watching this for years, if you've been watching me for a while, I love you too, and I appreciate you too very much. And I brain fart. Follow me if you haven't followed me yet. Please share this broadcast with your friends. Always nice to make new friends. I am available. You can connect with me, I should say, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and Twitch, and all that stuff. Right down here, there's it says 3231, like right there, or right over here. 3TWO3ONE. Or if you're interested in the wrestling aspect, it's at AOV Wrestling. But please look me up. You can look me up on the interwebs, and I'm all over the place. So, always nice to keep in contact. Thank you guys very much for following me and for watching this. And have yourselves a great day. Love you, bye.